stood up once again for them, and it's just absolutely incredible to see. I've been talking to people here I campaigned with 40 years ago, when we first started fighting for laboratory animals, and some of them are here today. You know, they've given their whole lives to this, like me, John, there are others here who I haven't seen for years. This campaign is about these beagles, but it's about something else as well. It's about sending a message back to the government, to the police and everyone else who acts to keep the archaic practice of animal research going, that we've had enough, right? We've fought this for a very, very long time, and over that period of time we've seen many things happen. Some great things happen and some terrible things have happened, and the most terrible thing for me, and I've seen a lot of terrible things happen on Tuesday this week, when I think there was 8 or 9 of us stood at the gates here when the 2 dog vans arrived, flanked by 10 police riot vans. And we were pushed away. We could do nothing to stop them, you know, against a couple of 100 police officers. There's nothing we could do. And we were stood behind the lines right here now, and I stood here and watched the 2 vans go out, and I could hear the puppies in the back crying and yelping.
Shame on you!
Now
Shame on
I'm the sort of person who won't forgive or forget. You may not like that, but I will never forgive MBR. I will never forgive Cambridgeshire Police for what they did that day. All I can say to you, the only message I can send to you, is that you made the biggest mistake ever by doing that. And now we face the High Court on Friday as they try to flatten us again and try to get an injunction against this. And that's how these things happen, historically. But I would ask you to think about it. You know, if it wasn't for people prepared to stand up, all you women here, you wouldn't have got the vote. If some women hadn't have said, do you know what, we're sick of politicians telling us we're going to give you the vote and not giving us. Do you know what, we're going to take matters into our own hands. And that's what they did. And look what they achieved. Look what they achieved for women. It's incredible, right? And we're doing exactly the same for those dogs. It's exactly what we're doing. We're saying, we've asked, we've lobbied the politicians. You know, we've tried and tried to get you to do the right thing. The scientists back us now. They are saying there is no scientific justification for continuing to put animals through this kind of horror. So what's left? What's left is us to finish the job off. And I'm absolutely screamingly confident that it's in our hands now. It is in our hands. And I'm heartened by what I'm seeing around me today, like people coming here angry, and they want to help those dogs. They want to, you want to save them, like I do. And I personally am not prepared to countenance what happened last Tuesday again. If I have to lie in front of one of them trucks and let it run over me, that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry, but that's it. I'm going to put my life on the line for those dogs now. If it's the last thing I do, it's the last thing I do. I don't expect everyone to do that, but what I do expect from everyone is that you give it everything you've got in whatever way you can. I always say, and I'm going to say this to everyone again, right, being involved in the animal rights movement is not a hobby. This is not a social event. It's your duty to fight for those animals. As human beings, you have a duty to other species to stand up and fight for them. It's your duty. It's not a hobby. It's not something you can pick up and go away from. You get involved, you stay involved until we win. Right? Yeah. Absolutely? Yes? And the one thing I can guarantee you, I'll be right with you all the way. I'll be right with you. As with everybody else here. As I said, there are people here who have been doing it for 40 years and they're here again. So you're not alone. And you've also got powerful friends out there. I've been talking to people this week. Believe me, there are things happening way beyond here that the police can't control, that have been affected by what's happening here. There are serious things going on. So don't feel alone. You're not alone. There are other people working very hard to bring this to an end. But my message from them to you is this, is that they need you. They need you people to be the front line. You're the ones that are raising the profile. You're the ones that have to come down here and put up with this. You're the ones that have to deal with the police. You're the ones that have the discomfort, the ones that are camped here, the ones that have got to travel here. But without you, these other people can't do their job. And believe me, MBR are in for some shocks in the next few days. I can tell you that. They really are. And unable to tell you what it is. I'm forbidden to tell you what it is. But I will tell you, watch out. Big things are going to happen. You know, they're not off the hook by any means. They really are not off the hook. So, it's really difficult.
How can we stop more trucks coming out of here?
There's only one way you're going to stop them coming out here, and that's be here. You've got to be here. If you can get here, and it is a half a day, a few hours, to come and help the people that are here all the time, then please do it. Don't think, oh, I can only come half a day. That half a day might be the half a day that makes the difference. So if you can come here, just come, half a day, a few hours, day, night, morning, whenever, just come. Just keep coming. Because as soon as they realise that us, the people, the public, the animal rights movement, are going to put ourselves in the way here, they have got a massive headache. One just they can't solve. All right, they'll drag a few of us to court. All right, they'll arrest a few of us. Fine, get on with it. But what I say to them is, it's not going to work. You fucking had it this time. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick to death of the suffering. I'm sick to death of the duplicitous lying of politicians and those who should know better. I'm sick to death of being told they're going to do something when they're not. And I'm so sick of mine that I'm not prepared to wait any longer for change. I want it now. I want it right now. Not next week, not next month, but now. These beagles in here deserve so much better than the government and the authorities have given them. They betrayed them. They absolutely betrayed them. And if you read or if you watched online last night the interview with a lady who used to work here, I hope you watched that. And I heard what she said. And she regrets working here. She's living with the shame that she worked here and what she did. And she also admitted that when they go in there, like they've gone in there today and they're rushing to get home, they start taking it out on the dogs. The dogs become an irritant. She said it herself. We didn't. She said it. Those dogs become an irritant. Do you know what those dogs want from them? They jump over them because they want somebody to show them some affection. They want someone to show them some contact. And the tragedy is, while they're doing that, the bosses of MBR are drawing up contracts to send them to a laboratory. And why? And why beagles? Here it is. Because they're small. Because they're placid. And because they're malleable. Because they trust people. And MBR, the bastards that they are, and I can't find a strong enough word to describe these fuckers, I really can't. They think they're a product to be sold to laboratories, to be tortured to death. That's as far as it goes to them. And if, you know, like I told you earlier, we've been told by an ex-worker again, that when MBR took this site over, all the dogs that were here, the Harlan dogs, were killed. So they could make way for the Marshall Bioresource model. That model is a beagle puppy. No, not to them, it's a Marshall Bioresource product. So what did they do with the other ones that don't fit the bill? They got the workers to bring them in one by one and they killed them. They executed them. Right, so how do you deal with people like that? Do we ask them nicely? Fuck off. I'm not asking you nicely because I know what you're going to do. You've already proven what you are. I'm not asking you now, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, hand those dogs over or face the consequences, right?
Yes.
As long as you're understood. And it comes down to you. You are the consequence. Today is a consequence. Tomorrow is another consequence when we're here. Each day has to be a consequence for MBR. Each day they must understand that everything they've done has led to this moment. And I believe totally, otherwise I wouldn't stand here and tell you, I'm putting everything on the line here. That I promise, I give you my solemn promise, that I'll fight this right to the end as long as you will. As long as you'll stand with us, all of us doing this. As long as we stand together, I'll fight it right to the end, alongside all of you. And together we'll win. If this is my last campaign, this is my last campaign. I don't know what's going to happen. But if it is, I want to make damn sure we go out on a high. And we go out winning something with the ramifications that will make sure that all laboratory animals will be freed from their torment. And we have an opportunity to do that right now with this campaign. So don't give up, right? Do not give up. Stay strong, trust each other, work with each other, fight with each other, and we'll get this done, alright? Alright, bring the MBR people!
What's going on?
Brilliant, thank you.
Oh, you didn't get it. So